gently at first, diving later over the banks, and everything swept away. Walk right in, don't say.
Okay. I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. I'm looking at my camera in a weird way because I'm just watching the meter. I've got a little meter that tells me the audio input. Alright, I just got a dummy battery in my camera because the stupid battery runs out way too fast. If I get a new one, that'll solve the problem, but batteries are pretty darn expensive, and I'm about sick of buying a new one. I don't have an extra one, so I can't just swap them out, and I saw these things for 20 bucks. They're just a thing you just like put in the battery compartment. It's got a wire sticking out of it, and that charges the camera. I don't know why they don't just put a adapter to plug it into the wall, but you know, that's too smart, I guess. I just got this thing, so I'm hoping it's working. I'm hoping my audio is okay. I rewired a little bit because I was getting a little bit of hiss direct out of this headphone port into the camera in the little like mic slot on the camera, and that's where the audio comes from on my videos. I was running it into a splitter, which is here. So that's a headphone splitter, and that way I could have headphones on my mic and out to the drums, but I had to change that over to another like audio out in the back of my interface. It's like one of those, I'm blanking on the word right now, the little red and white cables, RCA or whatever they are. So yeah, this is on the back of the interface too. The only thing is this output is dependent on this volume, whereas if I'm sending the headphones to the camera, I got an independent volume control for the headphones, and then I can set the levels and not clip. All right, I had an idea. I put it in my phone with the little piano thing on here. Kind of sloppy, but I just want a thing to figure out chords to. So I'm gonna play verse, chorus, repeat, blah. There we go. So there's a nice, fairly easy full playthrough of the whole song. I want to just immediately do a right side, but let me think about this. I'm going to pan this all the way out. I've literally never used this, but I want to do something here. Okay, so I'm in F major, or D minor actually. I know I can do chord progressions, so let me see here. I got F. All right, I'm not going to use that till later. Except maybe as a guide in case I forget what I did in that bridge. So the cool thing about this tuning thing is I can like do stuff where I can tune it down a full octave. Playing in this range, but up here, I can kind of do a couple things, different sounds than I'd normally get, so it's fun. All right, I might just do a right side through. If I screw up, I'll cut in and just say, forget it. That's good. That's exactly what I want. Just weird arpeggios on that side. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna layer the chorus with some higher pitch information. I'm gonna do this side, but I think I'm just gonna do a straight up strum the chord thing. Don't need to overkill it with fancy stuff. So I'm not sure if I even want to like bring stuff up like this, but I'm only going to do it in the context of just telling you, like, if you're learning to do something, as long as it's like not injuring you or, you know, the wrong way where you're going to like hurt yourself or break something. There's usually not a wrong way to do it. There's just optimal ways to do it or non-optimal. I got a comment the other day about someone was saying like just something inferring that my picking technique is weird. I had a comment months ago and it was some dude saying I pick like this person and this person, and I since then looked it up. Well, actually, after the comment I got like yesterday or the day before, I was like, oh, I wonder if that was actually true, because like another person said it was weird, and I've never even thought about this in my entire life until just recently. But I think the original comment was right. So I supposedly pick weird, because I guess when you're picking the traditional way is like you hold it kind of like this or something. I don't do that. I like tuck my thumb in and hold it either here, and then I like hold my right hand across the strings. The reason I do this is so I'm not getting weird mutes and I get like a more like legato sound. So the person that the original comment said I play like is Marty Friedman. I never even listened to Marty Friedman. Apparently I just came to the same conclusion. Playing like this sounds cleaner. He actually had an interview about his picking technique I found, and I was like, he was saying the same thing, exactly the reason I do it. And I was like, oh, that's neat. And then the other thing I do, usually like when I'm up here playing chords or something, because like if I want to go like this and then like do hammer-ons, I got my first finger accessible, so I actually like swap out and use my middle finger. So the other person I apparently pick like when I'm doing that, because I guess I'm doing a hybrid between the two, is Eddie Van Halen. I'm aware of Van Halen just because the name is well known, but like I never paid attention to his playing style ever. Honestly, like something more like Joe Satriani or something is more what I would have listened to and even paid attention to. But honestly, I never cared about the technique that we're using to play, aside from like a few like basic generic things, because I just picked them and started doing things and whatever made sense. But apparently Eddie Van Halen does this tapping thing with his first finger and holds his pick the same way I do when I'm doing like more rhythm stuff, for the same reason. I was like, that's really interesting. So I never analyzed that before, ever. But someone kind of saying that I do something weird made me analyze it. And I was like, oh, that's neat. Now I know that. And now I can actually say, well, I do those reasons. So it turned out to be a good thing. What I said originally, if you're doing something and it's working for you, as long as it's not injuring you or gonna, cause a problem, and it's actually facilitating playing the style and way you want to make music, it's not wrong. Look at like someone like Miles Davis playing the trumpet. He's hardly doing it the preferred classical method, but it works for him, So, all right, anyway, back to this. Guitar solo improvised in D minor, as long as my... Works for me. I don't think I hit any wrong notes. And yeah, just improvised guitar solo done. I grabbed my bass guitar. Yeah, a little chord chart on the top was super helpful, because my ADD brain, and I'm not just saying that literally, I'm diagnosed since I was a kid, but does not like to remember the next thing. I'm gonna have to definitely get a longer line out to the headphones there, because that was a little awkward, but it did the job for today, and however many days it takes to get something ordered. I was noticing I was missing a few cymbal hits, and I think my crappy trigger pads just missed them, so I wrote a few things in. If it's not actually there in the playing, I was assuming it missed it. So we'll find out. Just contemplating. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm gonna make a new track. Studio strings. What I'm gonna do is literally this whole drum section. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is raise this up. Transpose plus should be sufficient. Every single drum hit now has a violin hit on top of it. So now I kind of have like a pitched percussion thing going on with that. Let me get this going here. This is the better headphone. So I just put down some lyrics. I gotta make them fit, because I usually just put down lyrics and I don't really think about what I'm gonna do melodically or rhythmically with them. I just kind of put them down and I'm like, I'll work with it. You know what? That's gonna be a copy paste today. That's Frankly, I think that was good enough. I'm gonna throw a few effects on. I'm mainly just using a plugin called Humanoid. It's not really like an auto tune or anything, but it does do weird tuning effects, but it's more like vocoder stuff and like robot harmonies. Other than that, I just threw a little bit of overdrive and compression to smooth it out. First was identical. I literally just did a copy paste today. I was like, this one's just happening this way. I can't remember crap today. Yeah, that's it. So the lyrics are going to be finished up, just copy paste down at the bottom of the description box. The middle of my description box has where you can find me online, purchase and stream my music. So it's just like listing all the online retailers basically. If you see one you use, you can just find me on it. And I've got a lot of music. The top of my description box has a link to the best Bible teaching I know of, because you remember in the beginning of the video, at least hopefully I did say it, I always say it's Christian rock. I don't go on about it, that's not my thing. I'm just saying, hey, this is here. It's a link to the best Bible teaching I know of. There's a lot of not so good Bible teaching online, and that is pretty much the norm anymore. This is like the one exception. It's really good objective teaching. Everything else I see is subjective, and that just means they're not adding any extra thing. It's just, what does the book actually say? What were the writers intending? Lots of grammar translation analysis from the original languages just to clear up the original meaning, and it's just good stuff. So if you want to check it out, I put the link there. You know, that's what I do. I come out, I write a song every morning. I'm just constantly doing it. I just like to try new things, keep writing, and just keep doing it. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll get this thing going. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Gently at first, undoubtedly over the banks, and everything swept away. Walk right in, don't say goodbye. It's not a speck of doubt, it's all over on the other side. My janky motion. Are the easiest on the surface, but our selfishness and pride get more. Drop a few rocks in the river, smooth out over time. On the bottom, middle way to the waters racing. They cut down by the way, but coming out smooth and gently at first. Darling, swept away. Walk right in, don't say good, yes, not a speck.